little diversions I do here and there. I'm not a very serious teacher. Some interesting things in between I put. Okay, now we'll look about Abraham. Abraham had the famous story of being tested concerning his son, Isaac. Now, I know some of you are not familiar with the Bible, so I add a few basics, because I know not all of you have read the Bible. Some of you may have not read. So I will just not put too much details, but just to get your feel of it. Now, Abraham, God told him to come out of Ur because it's a land of sin. Ur is in Iraq, it's near Basra. I have been there. Now it's deserted. There's nobody lives there, just some monuments there. So, because it's a land of sin, God told him, get out of Ur. Come, I'll take you to a land much better than this, a place better than this. Now, Abraham did not know what sort of a land God took him, but he obeyed God and he moved. And God did not keep his promise immediately. It took a long time. Then for many years, he was married to Sarah, and she was barren. She couldn't bear children. And for many years, God told him, I'll give you children, so many. Look at the stars. So many stars is there in the sky, that much is your children. Look at the sand in the sea. So much sand is there, that much children. But for many years, he never had children. But by faith, he believed God. By faith, he moved. By faith, he moved. And after many years, then his wife got fed up, And in those days, not today, in those days, it was not immoral for a person to marry several wives, and even their servant woman can be a wife also. In those days, it was morally perfectly all right. Okay? Now, at that time, his wife told him, why you don't marry our servant, so you can have at least children from her. So he did, had a servant from Egypt, her name is Hagar, so he married her and he had Ishmael. But then it was time for Abraham to have a son according to the promise, according to God's word. And his own wife, Sarah, became pregnant and she bore a son, Isaac. Imagine what is the heart of Abraham after so many years having the promised son. Imagine you are married and for say 25 years, no children. God promised you a son. God promised you. Suppose you are a very wealthy man. Who's going to take all this money? They will cheat me and they'll all take. Then afterwards, after 25 years, and your wife expects a baby and a child is born. Imagine how is you feeling towards that boy? After so many years of waiting for that boy, that's what happened to Abraham. That was his heart attachment to Isaac, his son. And then one very nice night, something very interesting happened. Something very interesting happened. Yes, could you help me with the reference? At Isaac, testing with Isaac. 22 chapter. Genesis. Isaac? No. 22. Huh? Yes. It is in Genesis. Nice, my pastor nearby. He'll help me to pick it up. I told you I'm not a very great teacher, but the spirit of the message I'll give, okay? Even though okay. Now, in Genesis chapter, that is about Isaac, chapter 22, it says, now it came to pass after these things that God tested Abraham. Okay? It is sounding very simple, but it was a very serious thing. And said to him, Abraham, I said, here I am. And he said, take now your son, your only son, Isaac, whom you love, and go to the land of Moriah, and after him there, offer him there as a burnt offering on one of the mountains of which I shall tell you. Very terrible thing happened to him. After so many years waiting, and the boy became a little teenage, quite strong. He could carry luggage with his dad, is mentioned there. So God says, I want him as a sacrifice. Okay? Now, I'll come to the point which I'm saying. I'm not putting all things together, okay? Just a few points. Then Abraham, with all